friends, welcome back to my channel. And what am I doing today? I am actually wrapping up 2021 and I've been doing a couple of work in my space here. I have literally completed all the videos for January, so that is already completed. You will see those in January. And also I am about 2 videos away from completing the videos for February, so you should see those up in February. And what else can we do? I'll show you what I'm working on. So I've been working on these little cards here. You guys can see it, but not too much glare. So these are just some reference cards that I've been working on. I know I have all my I'm getting allergic to this thing. I know I have all my swatches in the containers, the pans where my paints are kept. So, and that is full of information. But I want to do a video in 2022, like the video I did in 2021, where I compared colors and different pigments. And I think the best way I can do that is by having these little index cards here. I know they look glossy, and that's because I sprayed a fixative on them so that when I do handle them, because I do intend to have these for a long time, that I don't mess up the paints or smudge the paints on them. So this one is the Paul Rubens set that I have. I did some for the Jackson's set that I have. I think I did that in a vlog video to show you guys my Jackson paints. I think that's gonna come up in 2022. No, this one is the Stylex. I've done the Stylex one. This one is for the Stylex. I even do it for my cost-effective paints as well, because although they might be cost-effective, they are super fun to work with, especially the Stylex. I love working with these. And I am super allergic. These ones are the Jackson paints that I have so far. Kind of added to my Jackson collection a little bit. So yeah. And just to kind of compare the pigment. So what I did with these paints, and I'll use this Phthalo Blue, is that I write the name of the company. It's from Jackson Artist Watercolor. This is the name of the paints. This one is Phthalo Blue, and then I talked about the transparency, the opacity, the staining, the granulation, and the light fastness of the paints according to what they said on their website. They're on the paints themselves. And then just use a bit of paint for reference. I did a mass tone of the paints, and I did some lifting to see how it lifts, and then I put a second layer when this dries, when the mass tone dries. I put a second layer on top just to see if it can layer as well. And that's what I've been doing. I keep it on my desk in a little container, so it's like a little index card, quick reference. I plan to do this for all my paints, which is a lot, I'm sorry. But what I intend to do is, as I work with a paint, I'll do the little index cards. I have a few of them that I've already chopped up and prepared. These are how I have them. I chopped them up about 2 inches widthwise and about 2 1/4 inch lengthwise. And I draw a black line with a permanent marker, which I think I kind of used up my permanent marker. I have it resting just to drain down a few ink down into the barrel so that I think I need about 100 more of these little cards, because I already add up the amount of paints I have or plan to get, and how much little cards I will need to have. So here we are towards the end of 2021, and some of the things that I have learned is that I've learned that my art style has changed almost drastically. It has done a full 180 change. So yeah, I draw things a bit differently now. So for 2021, I noticed my art style has changed. I have a better understanding of composition. I have a better understanding of color theory. This is actually mixed media. This is actually watercolor and color pencils for this piece here. What watercolor paints did I use? It wasn't the Stylex. I don't remember. I think this was the Crayola watercolor paints that I have was used on this, and I think the color pencils that I used was the Prismacolors, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I've used this on these. So my art style has changed. I have a better understanding of composition, a better understanding of color theory, a better understanding of structure theory. And the most exciting thing I have looking forward in going into 2022, I have enrolled in traditional art class. I found a teacher who does online class here in the country of Belize, and it is conducive to my schedule that I have. So I'm able to take the class with him, and it's completely online, so it's not something I have to go to an institution to do. So I'm super excited about that I'm officially going into a traditional art class. We have already did the interviews, and he has informed me that he actually teach realism, and I showed him my sketchbooks and my portfolio, and he sees that I do very illustrative art, and so I'll start. I'm so nervous. I'm starting traditional art class. It's gonna be weird. I've never done an online class before, so I'll see how that goes in 2022. I know definitely it is going to translate. I know that, you know, at the beginning of 2022, let me see if I find a sketchbook. I should have a sketchbook here. Yeah, here's one that I began 2021 with, which is this one here. Sorry. I began this sketchbook in 2020. And you see how my art style was. Focus. Yeah, that was my art style. And so, yeah, this is my art style. And so now, I think this also have representation of how I draw now in 2021. Yeah, see? So you can see that it has evolved so amazingly. This one was done in April of 2021. So you can see it started on its way of evolution, and I'm just so happy that at the end, you know, there's certain things that I look back on, and my art style has changed. My understanding of certain things have changed, and I know that the style I have right now is not the style I'm going to have at the end of 2022. So I can't wait to see what happens. I'm just super excited about starting art classes, and you know, I'll start drawing realistic things. That is just superb. I'll probably be looking at people and sketching them out. I've always wanted to do that, you know, especially when I'm taking care of a patient and I cannot move their bed. I cannot move from their bedside. I could, you know, start sketching a cup on the wall or something, you know, and just to keep my brains going and to understand the composition, and how just to add to my illustrative form of art. I've always admired Steve Mitchell's form of art, because although his style might seem very realistic, it is actually very, very illustrative, and it's very illustrative, and it is full of life, and I really want to aim to not draw like him, but to add those elements in my art, that illustrative, full of life and movement form of watercolor and art. And I've always admired him for that. I will link his channel in my description below for anyone who wants to check him out. His channel name is Mind of Watercolor. And also, I have an art friend, Jake from Doomsayer Design. We have just been, he's the coolest, really, guys. He is the coolest. I've been feeling, you know, I talked in a video which will probably air in February, how I've been feeling a little lonely as an artist, and Jake has been amazing. He has been such a support, such a dear friend. Just talking art with him is amazing. He is such an amazing person. I sent him one of my handmade sketchbooks just for him to see what it was like, because I've never ever given anybody one of my sketchbooks. I've given some of my paints out before, but never one of my sketchbooks. And it made me so nervous when he put it on his channel. I will also link his channel in my description below, and I will also link the video where he put that video up of my handmade watercolor sketchbooks. I'm kind of nervous because I remember when I sent it to him, I was like, oh my gosh, I had my heart in my mouth, or my heart in my hands, for those 2 weeks it took to reach him. I was like, oh my god, what if it doesn't reach him? What if I wrote the address wrong? What if the postal service doesn't want to deliver it to his house? I was like, oh gosh, it was such a frightening experience. And then he sent me an Instagram message saying that he received it. I was like, okay, thank God. And then he made a video of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so super nervous and all that. So it is just so amazing, and his art is amazing. He has this amazing comic book art. I admire his control when it comes to using of lines. He have this, I want to say, excellent mastery of lines, but he is so humble and he's so sweet. He will say no, he doesn't have an excellent mastery of line, but he master hatching, cross hatching, and line work better than I am. So I call it an excellent mastery of lines. But anyway, guys, I think I've blabbered on long enough. This will be my video for the end of 2021, and we're gonna begin 2022. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It is amazing how far I have become, and now enrolling in art class, I am gonna just explode. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen at the end of 2022, and you guys are going to be with me the entire step of the way. Maybe I can even convince my art teacher to do a interview with him for my channel, for you to meet him. And thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, and as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you guys in 2022.